I've been having many a conversation with so many people that are married in community of property, and they're finding it difficult to invest in real estate because their partner is saying no. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what to do when your spouse doesn't want to invest in property, especially if you're married in community of property. You might be wondering, TJ, where do you have these conversations? How do people get in touch with you so that you know these things? Well, my good friends, I'm a business coach as well, outside just doing real estate for myself. And I get to talk to so many people, helping them navigate their businesses and their relationships in terms of how to get alternative income outside their line of business, or should I say their activity that brings them income. And out of that today, I decided, let me try to come up with around about 7 things that you can potentially do very practically on how best you can be able to navigate this terrain. And I know that many of you are married in community of property. Some of you even say to the bank you are not married when you are married. You write on those documentation to say that you are not married so that the bond can just go through. And that can be detrimental, especially if you are to go first, or especially if you're to divorce a little bit later. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is TJ, your host, and I'm a former banker and founder here at the TJ Tribe. And I do business with a focus in student accommodation, flips, which is buy and sell, and coaching, with the hope that all of us, as young, upcoming modern parents, we can be able to have passive income from real estate. Welcome to the channel. So what are the things that you can do? I'm going to give you the obvious answer upfront. And I think many of us, we already have this question on top of our heads. Can I divorce the person that I'm with? And that's not even suggestion number 1, or should I say the topic, part of the solutions. It's not. But I'm just going to address it anyway. And it can be maybe your number 1 option already. So can I divorce this person here that I'm married to, and can we remarry? Now that I am more intelligent, now that I know that there's different marriage regimes, now that I understand that I can be able to invest and I can separate my finances with my partner, is that practical? The short answer is yes, it is practical. The how of it is just basically you need to reach out to an attorney. Remember, marriage is a contract. Marriage is a contract. And some of you who are highly spiritual are going to say, no, TJ, it's not just a marriage contract. There's more to this. Okay, we'll come back to you. Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. Right. So remember, in black and white, a marriage is a contract, so you can change it. There is obviously pros and cons to it, but I obviously do not know what is your marriage circumstance. I was very highly fortunate when I got married to my beautiful Jenna, and at the time she was well advanced in terms of, she was clever, she was like super clever than me. And when we started talking about I'm getting married, by the way, when I started dating her, I looked at her beauty, I was like, yo, this chick, I'm gonna marry her. I told one of my boys, I'm like, this chick, I'm gonna marry her. And one of my boys was like, dude, you haven't even gone out on the first date yet. I'm like, no, I know. I went into that relationship very intentional. And here at the TJ Tribe, we are learning from one of our books by one of my teachers that's called John Maxwell. And in his first chapter of one of his books, he speaks about intentional living. And my good friends, there is gold in that. When you get into a relationship, what is it that you're looking after? So today it's a bit of a lengthy one. It's a Saturday video and we are going to be learning. So it's a bit of a master class. I do want to call this a master class because I am going to digress. I am going to give very simple, realistic example for your understanding so that you can be able to go home and implement some of these things. I want to give you as much as I can so that you've got enough tools in your toolbox to engage with your better partner that you've got. So now that we have spoken about the whole conversation of marriage is a contract, it can be changed. You can go and see an attorney. We've got that out of the way, right? So, but what are the other things that you can now do very practically for you to be able to convince and for you to be able to start the journey of alternative income? But before we go on to talk about number one, maybe let's talk about some of us who are highly spiritual about these conversations about divorcing. It's not right to divorce. I want to say to you that I recognize I'm a man of faith, so I recognize all of that, and I do think that if we're being highly spiritual with some things, there may not be progress in our space. So, number one, do you understand the fact that if you are changing a contract, all you're doing is changing a contract, right? So, the spiritual part of it, TJ, because somebody said to me, TJ, you're breaking a covenant. And I'm like, well, dude, you've got a child out of wedlock in the marriage. Didn't you think about that when you were going out to tape that other woman? And I can speak like this openly because I know many of you who are here are men, and you see these women walking around and you look at them and you're salivating, or she's looking good and you're still married. I always say to many people, look, just because I'm married, it doesn't mean that I can't see. I can still see that she looks hot, but I draw the curtains because I am married, right? And I am married to the one that I love. So I draw the curtain. This guy here didn't draw the curtain. However, when he came to me, he was being all highly spiritual about, well, maybe, you're breaking the covenant. Come on, guys. Let's not be spiritually selective spirituals. Let's not be selective in your spirituality when it comes to faith, whatever faith that you are in. Like I did say, there's a bit of digressing today, but I just thought it was double standards, for where we are. So number one, what are we going to talk about? Number one is I think this is like the pinnacle of all relationships. And I don't think that we get it. And it takes a bit of time to understand each other. I'm still understanding my wife. We've been married now. We slowly getting to 16 years. And now life has changed. She's a better person. I have grown. The kids in our midst have made us to grow differently. The business, we are all totally different people than what we were before. So for that reason, how we are now communicating is totally different when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. When we were in our first 2 years, 3 years, you know what I mean? And it's different. So the number one which you need to do, practical number one. We'll repeat that, practical number one. Have a calm, clear conversation. I don't know how to say that. This is very simple, but it's very difficult. Some of you, I'm going to I'll bring you into the Jack's household. So me and my wife, we kind of like bath together every day. When we bought our house, we changed our showers so that we could have like a double shower in our master's bedroom. So we bath together most of the time in the evening. In the morning where it's practical, yes. And my wife will like bring up a conversation in the shower about like a random stuff. And I'm like, I am busy body viewing here and washing and I'm enjoying my space. Now you bring up 100,000 that we need to pay so and so. Like, no, it's not the right place, Mrs. Jack. And some days I listen and then I'm like, after that, babe, this was like not the right place. But she had it on her mind, so she just said it, right? Or maybe I'm in bed and I'm like I'm almost gone, and then she goes, babe, are you sleeping? No, I'm not. I'm up now. Do you remember we were supposed to what do you think? I'm not thinking clearly. I was just sleeping, but the point is that maybe for her at that time she's in her best in her thinking, but I'm not. So she is going to be able to say it and deliver it to the best of her ability, but I'm not going to receive it in my comfort space. So for that reason, communication is poof. Does it make sense? Like, I can give so many examples on this ones. I gave you like extreme examples, but there's so many examples that we can talk about that speaks about this. So what is the practical way that you need to do it? I'm going to bring it back home. So we spoke about have a calm, clear conversation. So what does that mean? People generally don't say no to anything without a reason. People don't say no to anything without a reason. So for the fact that you are asking your partner to say, let's go and invest into real estate, I think it's a great opportunity for both of us today and forever when it comes, and they say no to you. Maybe there could be other things that you are not privy to. The first one could be maybe fear. I hope you're jotting notes today, and like I said, it's a masterclass. We're just going to go all out in giving practical examples. You don't know your partner's fears because you're not them. You only started maybe dating them maybe 5-10 years ago, and they might have some childhood fears. Besides childhood fears, they might even have grown-up fears. They might have lost some money and they never told you, or they haven't told you. So there could be a lot of underlying things that we might need to unearth. The second one to that point there is that there's past experiences. Maybe they've lost money before. But more importantly, number three, bullet number 3 or number 1 is that they may lack knowledge, right? So for instance, I'll give you an example. When we started dating, Jenna and I, she owned a property and I owned a property. And together we had these properties, but actually she owned an investment property and she had another property that she was staying in. I didn't have an investment property at the time. I was just staying in it. So I was a consumer. I was buying properties as a consumer. When the conversation started, it didn't start by let's go and invest. She actually hit me with topic number 2, which I'll tell you just now, so don't go away. But here is the thing. Lack of knowledge might actually drive someone to just say no. They don't know what they don't know. Right? How can you convince someone else that, Victoria Falls is in Cape Town? Anyone who doesn't know what they don't know, they're going to say yes, because you told them. But if I do know, I'm going to say, wait. It's in Zambia. And all the Zimbabweans are like, no, it's in Zimbabwe. Come on, guys. It's a shared wonder. God gave it to all of us. Let's be proud of what we've got. We're all Africans. Right. Nonetheless, let me go along. I did say it's a master class. I'm just going to hit it on. Right. Now, the second thing that I want to speak to here is that I did speak to the fact that have a calm, clear conversation. So where is that place? It's not about you saying what you're wanting to say. It's about the next person, about when do they best receive. Right? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Is it by email? Is it by WhatsApp? Is it a love letter? You write a letter to them? Or is it you take them away from home because maybe your person is like always all the time, right? They're on the run all the time. So when do you engage them? You need to engage your next person so that you can be able to get the gold of their attention, so that they can understand your calm, clear, and then the conversation thereof. So those are 3 triple C's that I've just given you. That's the first one. The second one, which is what I was hit with, Genevieve, by the time I got married to her, our first, third, I think it was on our third year, second year, third year. Basically, she educated me with no pressure. Right. So that's the second point. Educate with no pressure. Now, there is so much knowledge here, guys. In the world that we're living in now, there is enormous knowledge around us. There is podcasts. There is YouTube. You are watching us here on YouTube. Well done. Thank you for being here. There is books, and there is a whole lot. I've got a book that my wife gifted me with very early on in our relationship. the book by Robert Kiyosaki called The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And this book kind of like changed my mind. I've told you guys so many times of this story. But what she did there, she educated me with no pressure. So what can you do right now? You might have like this podcast here, what we're doing right now here on YouTube. You can send them this link and say, hey, check out this cat here, what he's saying, right? What do you think? So you have planted the idea, but now you can have the calm, clear conversation. Three C's, right? Triple C. Yeah? Does it make sense? So I want to make reference of this triple C as I go along throughout. So educating with no pressure. You can buy them a book, right? Buy them a book. I've got plenty of books here that we can gift you with. I've got a cool book that I do think that everyone who has never been a millionaire before, so if you don't have a million or you don't have assets that get you to R1 million, you want to be in this competition that we are going to be running in the month of this month. What do you need to do? At the bottom of the comments, all you need to do is type the word April, and then thereafter you comment something amazing, something that you have learned or whatever it is. And that book that I am going to be sharing with you, for those that are going to be commenting and for those that are going to win, is my own very book that I wrote, which is called Be the First Millionaire in Your Family. So this is for you who have never been a millionaire before, and you're trying to figure out on how to become a millionaire. And I wrote this book after I realized that I did a couple of deals with a couple of strategies, and they got me to $1 million. And I was like, whoa, so it's actually quite easy to get to $1 million. And within that, it's secrets of how you can become a millionaire. But the third one that I want to speak to you, which is, I think, also very, very goldy in relationships, and especially for people that are born in a family and you're the only child. I want to emphasize this one because I am the only child between my parents. Yes, I grew up with an older brother, and my older brother is like my foster brother. Both of us, we grew up in the same house between our foster parents, but we were not related, right? We were not blood related, but we have become related over the years. And over and above that, I've got half brothers and sisters from my biological parents. But remember, I didn't grow up with my biological parents, so I don't know these people. This brother of mine is I know very intimately because I grew up with him. The others, it's learned. I begin to know them. I'm learning to know them. Up until now, some of those half brothers and sisters, I don't even know them. I know of them. I've heard that there is so and so, but I've never met them. And that's life, right? So for that reason, I want to say to you, especially those people like me, you are born, you're born, and you're the only child. We subconsciously we have this thing about I. Subconsciously, we have this thing that's called I. So everything we do, I buy. I bought this house, right? Even you're married, your default thinking is I bought this house. No, but you're married to the other person, so the other person will help you to buy it. But because you just grew up with the I, the sharing mentality does not exist, right? It does not exist in your subconscious. So I'm just educating you guys, especially you who grew up alone or who think that you are alone. The shared space is not a default space. It's a thing that you actually need to unlearn and then reteach yourself. So for that reason, I'm going to bring in number 3, which is shift from I want to do this. Okay? Shift from I want to do this to how can we, right? So you're shifting from the I and you're moving into the we. But now I'm going to finish off that sentence and we are going to say, how can we do this safely together. So basically, when you're doing the I and you're convincing the next person, all you're doing is you're persuading, come, let's do this. Babe, I found this property, come, let's do. So you're persuading them. So you're using your energy into the persuasion space. However, when you are in the space of how can we do this safely, so you're asking that question to your partner, and you are inviting them in a shared space of collaborating, right? Airtime English, you know me. So when you're moving from, shifting from the I want to do this, help me to do this, you then get to start moving into the space of collaboration. Now, collaboration is cool because now we start to bring in my idea and your idea, and together there's a new mushroom idea that comes up, which might be extremely gold compared to what you had in the first place. So that's point number 3. Shift away from the I. Let's move into more collaborations. I hope I am giving you some value today, and if you're appreciating that, let me know in the comments. Yeah, this is how we do it here at the TJ Tribe. I come out on a Saturday. Sometimes we speak about the deal, and then sometimes we speak about the individuals. Today, I just been praying to God. I'm like, God, my next topic, what should it be? And this topic was a bit heavy on my heart. And I decided, well, let me do a little bit of more retrospect, and let me also look into my own journey. How did I do it? I did a bit of research, and that's how I got through all of these 7 points that I'm going to be giving you. But already, I think I'm giving you more than 7. But point number 4 is, if it's possible, start small. If it is possible, start small. What do I mean by this one? Many of our partners, they may jump into something when there is results, or when they can see the evidence thereof. Isn't that result all right? It is, yeah. Different. You go what I mean, right? Yes, sharp. So with that, we can be able to do what I call a show and tell. I put in this much, over the next 1 year I got this much, so they can see for themselves. And I want to say to you that there's many options. Like, for instance, you can club up with other people on a cash basis. Maybe you and your partner, you give each other X amount of money. So preserve some of your money, save it, accumulate it to X amount of money, and then thereafter you can go in and club with your girlfriends or with some of your boys from wherever you are, and then you can go and buy something small. It's a cash, but remember, you're married in community of property, so anything that you're going to do, whether it's cash or debt, you are together. Sisonke, right? That's what it basically means. But this time around, you are doing this at a small scale. You're starting small. So that's point number 4, right? Start small. On your own, if possible, right? You can also do join a REIT. So there's many REITs out there that are continuously giving so many people some money. They haven't been growing wonderfully, amazingly, but they are growing. So which means that there is an opportunity for you to invest them. Also, I want to say that if you got low cash, there's like many deals that are available. Maybe you have a 50 grand, 100 grand, shop around. You'll be able to see something that you can be able to go into. Point number 5, right? This is gold, I think. I think all the topics or points that I've been giving, I think they are all gold, especially if you are married. And remember, I'm just trying to cover the topic here of what to do when your spouse doesn't want to invest in property. And this is specifically for you who are married in community of partner. I want to make sure that I can give you some practical tips on how best you can do that. I said I'll give you 7 of them, but hey, there's like more that have already started coming up. But yeah, point number 5, involve them indirectly. So many times we want to give our partners, do this, let's go and do that. Let's say, right. So I want to say to you that not all of us are hungry the way you are. Not all of us are spending time So we all have different DNAs. We all have different DNAs. We come from different backgrounds. And because of that, that's what got us attracted to each other. And besides getting attracted to each other, that's what also made us to start doing life together. If we all saw the same things, life would be boring, extremely boring. But now, because we are different, we start to see things differently. So we now need to find a middle ground. So involving them could mean that maybe they are good at renovation designs. So maybe don't talk about the money at all. Give them a high level so that they understand, but don't get involve them in the intricacies of it, because maybe it upsets them. Maybe their fear or their past experience is in that part of. So leave them in the space that they enjoy, which is maybe renovation design. How are we gonna paint the house? Blue. Yeah, if it is blue and you don't like blue, blue it is, right? But because that's their comfort space. The other one could be admin. Maybe they are good at administration. So in real estate, there's lots of administration. Whoa, oh Lord. Give them that and let them run within that space. Or maybe it's about they're a good keyboard warrior, they like doing research, so give them the research. Research on property 24, which one is a good deal? This is what I'm looking for. Give them parameters and let them loose, right? In the name of Jesus, let them loose. And for that reason, they can be working in their superpower. We call that superpower here. They can work in their superpower, which is in their strength, right? And with that, you can be able to do the rest. So now you're involving them indirectly and together collaborating. And again, let's not forget the triple C. You are doing this in a calm, clear conversations as you go along. Oh man, I love this. Yeah, well done, well done. I wish when I started off, somebody had told me all of this. This is like super gold. I don't know how to say it because it's practical. It's practical stuff, but it can be very difficult things that we can even fail to do this. And that's why I said, let's do this as a masterclass. So welcome to the masterclass today. We are just teaching on how best to navigate your spouse when they do not want to invest in property. So instead of convincing them or forcing them, what do you do? Especially if you're married in community of property. Point number 6, it is show them numbers. Show them some numbers. Show them some numbers. Show them some numbers. Show them some numbers. Numbers don't lie, right? Numbers do not lie, right? Numbers are what they are. It's a 4, it's a 4. It's never a 6 or it was a 9. No, it's a 6 and it's a 9, right? So the reason why I'm saying show them numbers is because when we are talking about the triple C, calm, clear conversation, how much are we going to put in? 100,000. How much are we going to get? 14%. What is that? Okay, 14,000. Oh, all right. You show them the numbers. Okay, right. I see it. So where are we going to buy this property? In Berea. Okay, you like Berea? Yes. Okay, right. We're buying it for 100,000. Oh, yes. Okay, great. Numbers don't lie. Right. So the first one about showing numbers is show them real life examples. Whether it's past, present, futuristic, doesn't really matter. But show them the numbers because that's where we could be getting stuck. What's very important for me about this topic about showing numbers is the greater conversation. The greater conversation you can have on this conversation about showing numbers is the effect of doing what you're going to be doing for your monthly cash flow, profit that's going to come to your family. 2, your long-term equity of what's the impact on your family. Remember, we are collaborating here. It's no longer I. We are collaborating. And again, we are using the triple C. Calm, clear, conversations. And now you are talking about the third point, which is how best does this affect our retirement? I call this retirement acceleration. Because instead of retiring around about 60, 70 as they project, now if you can build on some alternative income, some equity, and the benefit that's going to give to your family, we can all start to understand it because we can see the numbers ourselves. Calm, clear conversation. That's what it's all about. Whilst we are talking about what to do when your spouse doesn't want to invest in property, especially if you're married in community of property. We did say the obvious one is to get married and remarry again. But who knows? They may not want to marry you again. Dun, 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 dun. With what you know now, would you marry your wife again? Or your husband? Let me just say, would you marry your partner? With what you know today. My one, I would definitely remarry her in a different contract. If we are to divorce for this reason and we are now needing to do that, I would. She's been a good wife to me. She's been a good wife to me. Yeah. I don't think I could have been where I am without my wife. That's just me in my household. I don't know in your household. But point number 7, let's go along. Point number 7 is a difficult one to swallow, but it is needed, right? It's all about finding a middle ground. So I want to give you an example. Many men, they tend to think big numbers, big deals, because maybe at their employment, they are talking multi-million rands deals. They are holding millions of cash from their employment. So now they can't tune their thinking into a smaller opportunity, like 200,000. They're not seeing the profits there, but there is actually. So if you're on that side of the fence and you're the partner to this kind of a person, maybe the middle ground is to say, okay, I can see you want to go to the multi-million, you want to have 100 students accommodations, and you've never had one before. How about we start? What's the middle ground? I am happy for us to start, but we're only going to start with a 2-bed, 1-bath. Let's do a normal tenant. I just want to test how it is. So now there's a middle ground. Instead of not starting at all, you've started, but you've started small. Instead of starting the bigger deal on 100 student accommodation and you've started 1 bed, you have started. Together, you're now going to learn the process of managing each other. That's number 1. Number 2, this deal is going to present many learning opportunities to you, and you're going to see whether we like this or not. 2 years' time, you can then be able to make the call to the 100 beds. Opportunities are always available. I said it. Don't rush. But time is not on your side. Oh, TJ, what do you mean by that? Exactly that. Find a middle ground. I don't know where you are in your life. For me, I come from no money. Both my biological parents are not present up until now. They are not wealthy people, and so is from Jenna's parents. Jenna's side. None of them got money. We all know the history of colored people in the country. They were marginalized for a long time. But we're not sitting around the table like, oh, my colored wife, she's been long time marginalized. Oh, shame, we can't do this, we can't do this. No, we are working. We are working. And we are changing the course of those histories. So together, me and my wife, we're working butt out. Sometimes we start work at 10 o'clock. We're pushing it hard up until midnight. Sometimes we start work at 4 in the morning and we're pushing it hard until around about 8, 9 in the evening. And we are working. And we are accountable to each other. What's happening? Are you making money? Are you not? We lost money. We made money. Let's celebrate. Let's go on a holiday. I show you all of these things, my good friends. I don't hide anything here. I show you everything step of the way. I think I've just been grateful that I've got you, the community of our tribe here, that I can be able, I've just been given, I'm happy that God gave me this path to just lead you, and I can then be able to give you the reality of life. And someone said to me the other day, TJ, you're just showing the good stuff about real estate. I said, no, you haven't been here for too long. There's many deals that we've lost. We've showcased to you that we have lost money. So real estate is not about money. You can never go wrong with real estate. No, you can, right? Especially if you're not educated. I apologize for disrupting this hot conversation, but I just wanted to make sure that I remind you of why we exist here at the TJ Tribe. My good friends, it is our mission here at the TJ Tribe to ensure that every modern family earns what we call alternative income using real estate. And if that is you, you've been wondering how you can start or how you can scale, I have a solution for you. The solution is simply visit our website. You'll see it coming through here, and the website is www.thetjtribe.com, and click on where it says book your discovery call. When you do that, actually, my friends, it does not cost you anything at all to book that slot. So no strings attached. Jump onto that website, and either myself or one of my team members will be able to help you on your next steps. So don't be that family, the one that is being left out in creating alternative income. Because from creating alternative income, that's when you can be able to create wealth a little bit later. And above that, that's when you can be able to create what we call legacy. So what are you waiting for? If you're not going to do it for yourself, I suggest that you do it for your family. You do it for the next generation. People that you might not be able to see, your relatives, that you might not be able to see today, but because of what you are building today, they'll be able to say, Grandpa so and so, he built this. So this is what I'm inviting you to say, we can help you. So what are you waiting for? Jump on our website and we will engage with you on the call. Let's go back to our video. So I've given you number 7, but I'm going to give you 2 bonus points. I'm giving you number 7 already, but I'm going to give you 2 bonus points. Don't go away. Like I said, we've been talking, there's a masterclass sort of like that we've been talking about what to do when your spouse doesn't want to invest in property, especially if you're married in community of property. And these are the bonus points that I'm going to give you as I land the plane. The bonus point number 1 is, has this been helpful to you? Let me know in the comments if this has been helpful to you. I'm hoping that I've added value to you today. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I do mean it sincerely. Thank you for watching us. And then number 2, if you're able to share this with anyone else, you're most welcome to. We really enjoy it. We really enjoy when we see our community growing. And then mostly importantly, if you've never subscribed onto this channel, we want you to subscribe, hit the notification button so that each time when we've got a video, you are aware that the video is out and you can come back and do some more learning. So that's amazing. So bonus points. This is a difficult one. Number 7 was a very awkward one of finding a middle ground. It can be difficult to find a middle ground. This is more difficult, which is bonus point number 1. Respect their boundary. Ooh. Yo, TJ, what do you mean respect their boundary when there's so many deals? Guys, you have said to this person that I do. You have said to this person that you made a vow. You remember our highly spiritual people? You made a vow that you are going to be in it for better or worse, richer or poor. And this is it. So if you're in it for that long and you're determined to make it work, not you're determined for them to make it work. Right? There's a big difference there. And I'm in the relationship, I'm giving my best, but she's not giving her best. Yeah, that's all right. If you're giving your best, that's what matters, because that is what is in control to you, right? And that's what we all advocate here at the tribe. Now, respecting their boundary means a number of things. I know of a couple 4 years ago. The wife came through to me. She's a DG at one of these government departments. And she said to me, TJ, I have no any other expense in my life. My husband looks after us very well, and I qualify for 4 million. I've got about 1.2 million that I've saved over the years. I've bought shares here and there, and I've been a DG for a long time. I know retirement is creeping in, and I know that as a government employee, I will still be able to have a good pension. But I know that might not be enough with the lifestyle that we have had. Our kids are almost out of the house. TJ, I want to go into real estate. My husband says no to real estate. That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we implemented many of these strategies in our coaching sessions and things like that. And above other things that were very personalized to her. And in today's time, they bought their first property last year. I think it's about a 30 bed that they bought last year. And they are busy doing another 50 bed for student accommodation this year. This is coming from a space where she was knocking on his door for almost 10 years. What changed? What changed was that she sought guidance in between, and she deployed different strategies in conversation. Triple C, calm, clear conversations. It's not a once-off conversation. When you're respecting someone else's space, I'm going to bring it in a little bit for those that are married. When I was not married, I used to think like, when you're when you're in the space of being married, you're gonna get like sex galore. Ooh, you're getting it every day, all day long. TJ, we're talking about sex today. Yeah, we are. It's a masterclass. We talk about everything. And there are days that your partner might not feel you. There's days that your partner might not be inclined to. There are days when your partner might be sickly. There are days when your partner might be not into you. There are days when your partner is tired, grumpy. What's the other word that I can think about? Maybe not feeling well, right? And for that reason, where we were thinking when we were young men that you're getting sex every day, that could be 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Oh, TJ, 1 month for real? Yeah. That could be 2 months. I've had conversations with other men as long as 3 months to 6 months. Are they not doing the right thing? They may be. But it's just the reality of their relationship in that season. Now, respecting the boundary of your partner at that time is important. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the activity of sex may not return. It may return, right? Or it may not, right? I've had a very close friend of mine who started taking in some medication in his late 40s, and he just dropped his libido. And his partner, she's like, dude, I'm like a rabbit. I'm like missing what's happening here, but I just can't get this guy on. And they tried all sorts of things. But the point is that she respected his boundary of his frustration, the space that he was in that was unfamiliar with him. And. The same with investing. I'm just trying to give you real life examples. That's why I went there. I'm just trying to give you real life examples so that we can apply the same examples into everyday life. Right? Our goal here at the TJ Tribe is to ensure that you can create alternative income, but I do not forget the realities of life. I don't. I'm not here to just hype you and say, you can make it, you can make it. No. Ironic that I'm wearing a best date t-shirt today. I wasn't talking about this conversation. It was not intentional. I just figured it out now. Yeah. Anyways, like I did say, it's a masterclass, so we talk about anything and everything. I hope I'm just being real with you. I hope I'm just being real with you. My name is Tarai. I'm your friend. That's all I can say. And I do mean it. Everything that we're talking about here is for us to grow. So I want to bring in a caveat onto that, respecting their boundary, right? So respecting their boundary is what is happening with them. So you're respecting that boundary, but it should not stop you from growing. Oh, Lord. It should not stop you from what? From growing. What does that mean? Well, you have the ability to learn. Continue learning. You are the one who's got the fire inside of you. Quench your fire. Attend seminars. Attend master classes. If you've got a bit of money, invest with others. Whilst you are engaging your partner with everything that we spoke about in the CCC, calm, clear conversations. Right? Does it make sense? So you're growing. They will change. There will be a moment in time where something will shift, will change, and they would see where you are. And they'll see, 5 years ago, this is what we were talking about, and this is where you are. Let me join in the bandwagon. Might be too late, but it's never late for the two of you. Might be too late for, what you could have, but it's okay. Right? The last point that I want to speak to here is, I think it would be unfair for me to actually just land the plane without saying the obvious. Get a guide. And when I mean a guide, there was a time when I could say to people, hey, reach out to me. I'm able to navigate with you. But I can't do that anymore. I've got a business. My business is growing. It's slightly bigger. It's dedicating a bit of time, of our time. We want to be in another country, outside the country, at an international country. So we're chasing bigger goals. And unfortunately, I can only come out here 3 times a week to help you. And I can only take in group coaching clients, nothing else. My time is dedicated to growing my business, growing you in a group, for those of you who are wanting to grow in a group. And the third one is just basically doing my business. Right? So my YouTube being here with you, my dedicated time to growing you into a group, and just doing my business. And above that, the fourth thing is to do life with my family. Right? So, has this been helpful to you? What have you learned? Do not forget the competition that we are running, which is all you need to do is to type in the word April, the month of the month, and thereafter you can type in whatever comments that you are. I'm excited for what we are doing here with you and with us, and collectively as a tribe. I see all of you guys' comments on the things that you're doing, the back rooms that you're doing, the farms that you're buying, and the blocks of flats that you're buying. It just warms up my heart to say that we are all a collective tribe, changing the narrative of where we come from, but more importantly, creating alternative income for ourselves today. and tomorrow, and hopefully we can fast track our retirement. Until we see each other again here at the TJ Tribe on the next video. Goodbye.